walnut yo-yo. I made this a couple of months back, and some of the kids in my neighborhood had actually never seen a yo-yo. I don't know why, but they haven't. And I told them this was the old version of the modern day fidget spinner. But nevertheless, I'm going to head out to the shop this morning and show you the process and my setup on making large 12-inch serving utensils, like the salad spoons and forks. We're just going to hit the high spots, so stick around. Let's head out to the shop. Okay, first thing you want to do is get you a select piece of wood, black cherry. Make sure that the dipper part of your spoon has no imperfections, knots and such. Now there is a place back here, as you can see, double knotted, but I believe you're going to have one knot in the handle, but you're going to miss the split, I believe, I hope. Let's get this thing cut out on the bandsaw, and let's move on to the next step. There's our spoon blank. Yeah, we're good. Now, let's head to the setup, show you what I got. Now, if you've got a shave horse, you can easily carve out a spoon blank of this size. Done it countless times. Nothing beats a draw knife and a shave horse for working wood down to the size that you could use. But seeing how we have our spoon blank cut out with the bandsaw, we're going to move on to the next process. And what I'll be using today will be the Flex Cut gouges. There's nothing better than a set of Flex Cut gouges, I'm just telling you, in my opinion, when it comes to making spoons. Now, let's move on to the setup. Bar stool, and I had a friend that gave me this vise. Now, it's not leather wrapped, but it has like a hardened wood material type, probably asbestos if the truth being known, because this thing was made in the late 60s, this vise here. But I find that it works perfect when it comes to spoon work. So let's get the spoon in here. Kind of hard to do this one hand. We'll get the spoon in here, and the bar stool allows me to brace it with my feet and hold it in place with the vise. And allows me to do what I need to do. Sorry about the jostling of the camera, make your camera sick. Let's get to making some spoons. Kind of tough to do this with one hand. But what you want to do is you want a rough draw. Now if you want to stencil something in there, just kind of keep it symmetrical. That is the cup of the spoon. That's what we want to remove. You got a long way to go. So don't worry about it being perfect right now. A lot of sanding, a lot of fine work. But what you want to do here is take your gouge and pick all the way around the perimeter of that spoon, working from the outside in, all the way around, with a pecking cut. If you try to gouge with your hands, you're going to slip, and you have ruined that spoon. So stick around, let me show you what we got going on. bar stool works perfect for this. And the vise, it allows you to work that outer edge. And all we're doing is making a perimeter around the cup of that spoon. Slow process, but I'll show you the end result. If I were to go ahead and start pushing, like I said, I would slip. Without a stop, you would slip and you'd tear out the side and make a cut that you'd have to repair. Make sure you're good and tight. It's not going to hurt nothing. And cherry, especially black cherry, seasoned black cherry, it's notorious for being brittle in the working process. See how bigger chunks are coming out? You've got a stop cut over here. See? Go a little harder and a little deeper. Stop it there, work it back. That's the good thing about the bar stool. Pull it right up to you. So I'm going to get this worked out. I'm not going to sit here and make you listen to me pick all day long. Stick around. Now that we have our cup made, we're going to uniform everything and start smoothing down, thinning it out. By using the rotary tool. That's the next step. That's turned out rather nice. It's a little rough on the inside, and that's what the rotary tool's for. But let's get busy. Stay around. The beginning of a real nice, I believe it's 12 inches, maybe not. Right on 12 inches, I'm telling you. Look at that. The beginning of a nice serving spoon. A lot of people don't use them. They use them for decor. A lot of people ordered bowls and ordered spoons and forks to just set in the bowls, and that makes for a nice decoration piece. But this is how I work my spoons. Let's use the rotary tool. Let's get some of this cleaned up. Stick around. When you say sand, say dust mask. Let me show you why. See that? You can't hack that stuff up. You can't spit that stuff out. When that gets in your lungs, it hardens and remains in your lungs. You may be able to get somewhat of it out of the nasal cavity, but in the esophagus, down in the throat and lungs,
Nothing you can do about it. Over time, that'll build up. And regardless of what kind of power tool you're using, whether it be the lathe, the rotor tool, put on safety glasses. Look at this. Let's see. That would be in my eyes otherwise. But we're starting to get a real nice contour. I can make 3 sets of spoon and fork or spork in just a matter of time, just a little bit of time. Probably about 4 or 5 hours, I can have 3 sets. Starting to shape up nicely. I won't put a sealer on this. I will give it a good coating of mineral oil because it is ingestible. No harm, no foul. My wife, she'll wash hers just like she does anything else. She'll set it up to dry. And I'll come along every so often and put a little coat of cooking oil or mineral oil on her spoon and her fork. But these are really super nice. We're going to contour the front of it and maybe deepen it a little bit. We're going to get rid of all those little tool marks. See all those little bitty tool marks? We'll get rid of all of that, and I'll show you the finished product, even down to the oiling when we're finished. So stick around. Now, let me try to get you a shot of this float dust. Attempt to, anyway. That's your float dust. What we're doing is we're taking some of the rough edges off, making sure everything's symmetrical, and gonna contour the front of the spoon. You're gonna be dipping homemade chili out with this. You don't want it to be leaving anything in the bottom of the kettle, or at least I don't. But I know it seems like it's been a long process. Video's far too long for me to watch. But what I'll do is I'll show you the finished final product after the hand sanding, the contouring, even down to the oiling of the spoon. Takes a lot longer to film this than it does to make this. You know what I'm saying? But stick around. Put the mineral oil to it. Turned out rather nice. You're going to have to soak it, but you want it to be nice and oiled. Set aside, because that oil will, in fact, thin it down. Contour, theirs are not. Black cherry spoon. These are super nice, I'm telling you, super nice. And growing up, this would have been something for my mother to use other than stirring vegetable soup or chili or serving a salad, if you know what I mean. The wooden spoon. But nevertheless, this is the black cherry spoon completed. Turned out rather nice. Maybe drill a hole in it, put a nice piece of jute twine or a leather strap. Nice, utensils. Anyway, video was far longer than I wanted it to be in the whole process. I've got all kinds of cherry wood and all kinds of stuff to do. But this is Roland Smith, Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance. Thanks for watching. This is the process in making real nice decor utensils that are functional. Go farther, stay longer. I'll catch you later.